Normally there's a tank right there, but there's not anymore. First of all, I'd like to thank you for visiting my channel. And if you could do me the biggest favor of leaving a thumbs up and a comment, I would so appreciate it. It's a small gesture on your part, but it does a lot for my channel. Also, if you're not subscribed and you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. There's more to come. All right. At the end of this video, you guys are going to see my entire fish room and all the fish I sell. So it's worth the wait. Yo, what is up, all you stone cold, illmatic, fresh to death, spunky monkeys, King Kongs, aquariums, freaky deaky fish freaks. Watch Aquafunk Aquatics with me, Aquafunk. I'm on my way to pick up new fish for the fish room. My little fish room business, my little side hustle is growing. So I'm gonna have to play musical tanks. But before I play musical tanks, I gotta add tanks because it's getting bigger. My selection is getting bigger. Everything is bigger. All right, so some of you guys may or may not know I do sell fish locally. And things have been going really, really good to the point where I'm soon going to be selling online. So you guys, watch out for that. And I got some other surprises coming for you guys that I think you're really going to like. But in this particular case, things are going so well as far as selling locally that I have to evolve. So I'm really happy with the way things are progressing. So come see how I redo my little fish room. To make it a little bit more economic, a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? Streamlined? No. Easier? Nah. Functional? Efficient. Alright, so right behind me, you normally, this is the view, you gotta excuse the mess, I've been trying to move stuff around, but right behind me is normally where that 46 goes, the 46, those are my tanks up there, I got some tanks right here, and I need to be able to separate fish a little bit more, so I got a rack that holds 320 highs that I wanted to do something with, but it just never quite came to fruition. But it will do better in here. Instead of having a 46 where I put like multiples of one type, with 320s, I get a little bit extra water volume, and I'll have the advantage of being able to separate fish without you know, having to use dividers constantly and taking them down. There's a 46 right there. That's gonna go in a place of where the rack is, so that I can have a nice place to live stream with a 46 behind me. And here is some sand that I pulled out of there. I think for that tank, for the live, I think I'm gonna do the dirted tank method. I don't know yet. You know, I don't know. All right, so this is that mess of the stand I was talking about. It can fit 3 20 highs. It's pretty much, it started out as something, but then it went terribly long. You gotta excuse the shakiness of the camera. I've had a lot of coffee. I got a lot of stuff to do today, and these were the fish that were in there. They're temporarily in this 20. The 2 discus and the 2 angels. This is temporary setup till I move everything around, but these were there. And like I said, it was a project that just didn't quite happen. All right, I emptied the rack out. I got that outside. Now I got to get these bricks out. And to be honest with you, I don't want to. All right, so it's there now. See it? Look at that. I gotta move that light, that black light, because that goes to the tank. I have the hood, and I gotta move that shelf probably because it might be too low. But if you're wondering how come I didn't do the me showing you how to, you know, me pulling all the bricks apart and moving this and moving, that's because out here in Florida it's like the rainy season, I guess, because it rains every day and I never know when. So I got to take advantage. So I went ahead and got stuff done. Because I guarantee you, if I would have took the time to set up tripods and all that other stuff, as soon as I started filming, it started raining. So I wanted to get this done. But still got more to do. All right, so there, look at that. Got my rack in. Look at all this mess I got to clean up. This is gonna allow me. To have different species without having to constantly stick dividers in and take them out. It'll just be a lot easier, and I can be a little bit more specific over the food they eat and water changes and all that good stuff. But I gotta clean this place up. All right, I got the fish in here. Still ain't cleaned up yet, but I had to go get the fish. So let me go ahead and show you them, and then it's late. Tomorrow I'm gonna show you all the fish in my fish room. All right, so in this tank I got me some severums and some blue acaras. They are red-shouldered severums in there, albino severums, red spotted albino severums, blue acaras, green severums. Now here's my problem though. When I went to go pick them up, I forgot all my buckets. I only brought one bucket that was in the car. So I had to borrow the only one bucket he had available, so I had to put all the Severums in the same bucket. And as you can see, when they're little, they all look the same. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to separate the red shouldered from the green Severums. These are my discus and my angels. These angels right here, I'm taking them to my breeders. They're a breeding pair. It's a long fin black, double black, and a blue platinum. And I just don't have time to breed. I have him breed them for me, and then I go ahead and sell them. So it's a win-win for everybody. These are flower horns. That's right. I got flower horns in my fish room. And these guys are actually a mix of red dragon and red flame flower horns. People have been asking me for them. So I was like, you know what? Let me give them a shot and see how they do. Now normally, hold up, let me flip. All right, so normally I don't really mess with hybrids. When I say hybrids, I'm talking about like the balloon fish, or because I feel bad for them. And normally I don't really mess with flower horns. I don't hate flower horns, but at the same time, I'm not a huge fan of them. People do want them. They do get people into the hobby. They do get people excited about cichlids because, look, regardless of what I think, they are a very, very personable fish. It's just you have to take into consideration that these fish really should be kept by themselves. And I think a lot of people, especially starting out, they don't necessarily want a species only one specimen tank. They want a tank with multiple fish, and this is not the one for them. So I'm gonna have to be very, very adamant to whoever buys them, the aggression level of these dudes. So, but you know, hey, you know, business is growing. You try new things. Cause I still need to clean this place up. I want you to see it in all its glory. That's the door to my little fish room. I did that. I did that to keep some of the sun out. But when you walk in, there's the new rack. You've seen these fish already. You didn't see that guy, that big rhino placo. These guys are all looking good. Those are mine. Can't wait to put them in their new tank. That's theirs. That's them. Gotta have my air conditioning system. Turn that off so you can hear a little bit better. First of all, right there. Some of you guys remember that video? Some of you guys remember that video where I made my own chlorine remover system, so I don't have to use Prime no more. It's working great. I got the hose going up around there, and I hooked it on to right here. Come around this way. We got these six tanks up there. And here I got a possible mating pair of gold marble. I got blushing, avatar blue. What's that other one? That other one is a type of koi. Some blue platinums and an avatar. You gotta excuse the glare, everybody. I apologize for that. I just moved them in there because I was moving fish around, and I believe they're gonna end up being a mating pair. I'm gonna show you some footage of them earlier when I first put them in.
Hey, I'm rolling clean off a beam in the drop. Voices in my head, they telling me to stop.
Some avatar blues, and that's a empty tank. We have my veiled, red-eyed albinos, some baby avatar blues, and some cories, another avatar blue, and some veils. Now, the air system is what I'm using right here. This is my air system, right? I got that linear piston pump, and the hose goes up through that PVC. That PVC right there. I put all that together. I made that manifold. Right, I'm using that light for this. And check it out, that light is awesome because if you have them stacked up, the tank stacked up with bare bottoms, the light goes all the way down. So you only have to use one light. I still need to put a light up there so that I can illuminate these tanks, even though you can see them. When customers come in to buy them, they want a little bit more light. These I'm using for light, just these clamp lights, they work fine, you know. I'm happy with the clamp lights, they're cheap. You get them for like $9. And look, $9 and that's a 20 high, you know. So if you're not doing plants, you just want to illuminate your tank, that's a cheap way. But I still need to put a light across there. As far as these 6 tanks go, to be honest with you, I'm thinking looks like hopefully I'm gonna have to, if I need to expand and get more tanks, those 3 tanks are the same width and size. Actually, they're a little bit longer front to back like that, then a 40 breeder. So I could put 2 40 breeders up there, and instead of having 60 gallons, I can have 80 gallons, divide those 80 gallons into 10s, so I'd have 8 10-gallon tanks. So that that's probably gonna be my next big project. But when I do it, I am going to paint this right here with some mold resistant paint, because underneath you can see some condensation, and it is over time gonna mold up the wood, so I need to protect that. There's not really much I can do with this rack except possibly get 15 gallons, which, to be honest with you, 15 gallons, you know, like 10 gallons are like $10, 20 gallons are like $20, but 15 gallons for some reason are oddly more expensive than pound for pound than any other tank for some reason. I do need to get a bigger fan. I do need to get a bigger, one of them square fans, because the other day a customer came in with her daughter and they was looking through the fish room, but out here in Florida it gets really hot and that little fan wasn't cutting it. She would have spent more money if she was willing to hang around a little bit more, but it was just too hot. So I need to do something about that. I need to get some more air circulation in here. Let me show you what I'm doing to heat the tanks. All right, so right here I got that thermometer, the digital thermometer. I have it in this top tank, see there? Because I figure with heat rising, the top tanks are going to be the hottest. So what I did was I got me one of these digital thermometers and I put it in just one tank at the top. That way I get an idea of what all the tanks are gonna be. Like, I know that the tanks that are lower are not gonna be more than 82 degrees. Now here's the problem with these little digital thermometers. You need to check them against a regular, I don't want to get a good look, a regular thermometer. And as you can see here, come on, let me see. Focus. It's not focusing, but it says 82. Now the deal is I've had those digital thermometers be off by 2 degrees, up or down. So if you get those thermometers, make sure you check it against one of those. In the summertime, it can get hot. I've seen that little digital thermometer go all the way up to like almost 90 something degrees, which is pretty warm, and the fish could handle it. The problem with it being so hot is that the oxygenation problem. Oxygen don't like hot water, so I make sure I have plenty of air so that when it does get hot, I just turn the air up higher, which will allow oxygen to permeate throughout that warm water so they don't suffocate from lack of oxygen. Yeah, hey, I hope maybe you can try it. What do you think? What would you keep in this fish room? Would you try this? It's a nice little side hustle. So like always, take care of yourself, take care of your family, take care of your fish.